What is the deal with water these days? I mean, you got many options. You can drink it right out of the faucet, but it'll probably taste like ass. You can have it be coming out of a 5-gallon jug. Tastes nice, especially spring water, but if it comes out of a pump like that, it could make me feel like I'm camping. Now, of course, alternatively, you can install some kind of 3-stage, 6-stage, whatever stage filtration system under the sink, and that's fine. But I still don't think it tastes that great. Just can't beat that special spring water taste. So then I had an idea. What if I install a faucet, just like this, right here, and then use a pump, like this one, to pump water into the faucet. And that's exactly what we're going to do. See, this thing, it comes with a hose. This is what attaches to the 5-gallon jug. Depending on your kitchen layout, might be multiple ways to do this. Some people might opt to put it underneath their kitchen sink cabinet, but mine doesn't really accommodate such a tall jug. So my plan is to actually put this into the basement, the pump that is, the pump as well as the 5-gallon jugs. The benefit, of course, is it makes it a lot more accessible to swap these out, because these are heavy bastards, and I don't want to break my back constantly shoving those things in and out underneath the kitchen sink cabinet. But if I've got it in the basement, easy peasy. So here's my plan. Provided with this pump kit was about 20 feet of hose. I'm going to route it using, hopefully, an existing hole, perhaps with a water supply line. I'm just going to snake it down there into the basement. I should be able to see it. I'm going to install that pump down there. I'm going to connect it. And then I'm going to drill a hole into the granite to accommodate this faucet. Sounds easy in theory. Let's do it. Got plenty of space to just snake it in, and we'll see what happens.
Alas, no, I do not see it. So maybe I'll try to go from the basement up.
So sometimes a long sturdy rod can help. Been trying to fish this for like 20 minutes now. A hose doesn't want to go, but with this, no problem at all. All right, so now I taped it, and I'm gonna remove this. I just kind of should have used tin snips, but these wire cutters did okay. Now, should be really no problem at all fishing it down there. Hopefully the tape doesn't give up the ghost before we make it down. When in doubt, just use a really big ass drill bit and just be happy. Finally was able to snake it through, and as you can see, bit of slight change of plans. Was originally on this pipe, now on this pipe, because this is a cold water pipe. I don't want this hose to be getting warmed up. Probably negligible effect, but I don't want it to be getting warmed up. That part of the job was whack, to be sure, but now the fun can finally begin. So we're gonna have to drill a hole. Now this is a 1/2-inch core bit, so it has diamonds here around the edge, and we're gonna drill roughly through here, but we're gonna measure. Just gonna roughly follow these lines here, something like this. This is non-permanent marker, of course, and it's somewhat parallel to the wall. Okay, that looks about right, because you want to be kind of dead center in the middle of this arc, and just also kind of comparing to where the center of this faucet is. So yeah, this is actually perfect right here. And we're gonna mock it up one last time, make sure it makes sense where it is. It looks like the water will go nicely down the sink. The handle won't interfere with the wall. Looks pretty good. So now, the instructions ask we slightly... that was a terrible idea. Well, I can still see it. Slightly wet down the surface, and then we're going to start drilling. Now, the instructions ask of us to start at 45 degrees and then pivot to 90 degrees. So let's see how we do. now that I'm confident that it won't slip, I pivot it to 90 degrees. And we're gonna keep boring down here, taking breaks maybe every 10-15 seconds so we don't overheat the bit and ruin the diamond. Maybe even spraying it down with water every once in a while. And finally, that took a good, probably about 15 minutes of drilling. We are finally through, and this hole looks flawless. If you noticed, I was oscillating it a bit towards maybe quarter way through. Realized that was a more effective way to do it. And there it is. Wonderful. Now we mount this. Included in this kit was obviously the faucet. We also have this base plate. We're going to put that on. Then from the bottom we're going to put this rubber washer and then screw this on. After that, we got this. That's just going to slip on, and the other end is where we're going to connect the hose.
To your surprise, I am not an octopus. I can't film and do at the same time, but there it is. There's a nut, and I tighten it.
I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put this clip right in here.
There's the connector.
Here is the hose we just snaked. Now the thing about these quick connect fittings is you want to cut as straight perpendicular as possible. So let me try doing that. That's probably fine. We'll see. The risk is, of course, leaks.
There's our hose. We jammed it in there and put a clip on.
Alright, we're almost there. So I wound up taking this pump. I anchored it to this shelf. Maybe temporarily. I don't know what I'll wind up doing. And I mean, man, check out the normies, what they leave behind. They gotta label their stuff. Laundry. I didn't know you gotta do laundry next to the washing machine. You gotta label it laundry. Maybe in the dining room you just gotta put eat. Anyways, there's our water hose. We're gonna route that in a second. We just kind of ran an extension cord all the way over here. GFCI protected. Probably a good idea. And then this will wind up going into a 5-gallon jug. Here we go. I routed the hose using zip tie technology to keep it relatively clean. Going on around here, around this gas pipe, and now here we're gonna undo this horseshoe clip. It's gonna be kind of a butt pain. You have to use both hands to remove things. So you push the plunger in, and then you remove the stop. Put that hose in. All the way in, clip back on. Now there's a disinfection procedure that the manufacturer calls for, so 2 gallons water, 1 ounce bleach. We're going to disinfect the suction cup, and we're also going to run the machine, suck all this bleach water through the system. Probably not a bad idea. And then we're going to suck clean water through it, not spring water, and then put it into a spring water jug. It asks for this 4 times a year. I don't know about that, but they're probably just trying to cover their asses. Right now we've got it turned on. And this is just bleach water, not drinking water. We're just disinfecting everything right now. Great time to check for some leaks. I think we're in generally good shape. It's all dry here. Somewhat noisy. Next, we're gonna flush it all out with some clean tap water. And if you're wondering what happens when it runs out of water, it shuts itself off, which is nice. Now with the bleach gone, we put the spring water in. I turned the faucet off upstairs. And this is nice too. As long as your faucet is off, this thing isn't on, so it has like some kind of pressure detection mechanism. Now, flush out that remaining tap water. You can hear it, like it turns itself on. But then it's off. Now for the taste test. That's the stuff. So there you have it. If you have this
very peculiar need of wanting to drink spring water, but you don't want to constantly fuss with having an ugly pump or having an RO system under the sink that doesn't really do that great for taste, this is it. This is fairly slick, and now you have the added bonus of easily being able to switch out the bottle. So as long as you just have delivery set up every month, it's not really that big of a deal. So I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching. Cheers.